welcome back to Exotic Wine Travel. I am your host, Matthew Horkey. Whew, a relaxed episode today. I'm wearing my Around the House t-shirt that Shireen doesn't want me to ever wear out or wear on the show. It's nice and luminous.
It's luminous green, good God.
This is from our friend Eddie. Actually, when we stayed in Baja before we left, he got us some gifts. And he said, "Oh, you want a hillbilly shirt?" So he got me a shirt of the Baja 500, an off-road race that happens in Baja, Mexico. So that's it. Okay, we're not talking about Mexican wines today. We're actually talking about Central and North Dalmatian wines from Croatia. And we're talking about some unique red grapes here. You know, Dalmatia, the regions that get the most hype probably are the south regions, the islands of Hvar, Brač, Vis, Korčula, the Pelješac Peninsula, because that's where a lot of visitors go, and there's some exciting wines there. But North and Central Dalmatia in the mainland are an area that's not to be missed. So let's get started. First wine. I think Shireen is going to like this. This is the Sladić Lasina, 2015. Now, Sladić is a very small producer. He is in the village of Plostovo.
Whoa, nice color.
It's right where Bibic is. Now, Lasina, he's one of maybe 4 producers working with Lasina, which is known as the Pinot Noir of Dalmatia. So let's give this actually a good friend, one of the most famous producers, Alan Bibic says, wow, if we were in Burgundy, we would get rich off this grape. So not a lot being made here. This is 2015. We have had several vintages of this before, but this is the first time we're having this vintage. I do think that Dalmatia needs more grapes like this, red grapes that make lighter red wines, not as high in alcohol, because they get most of the visitors there in the summer. Look at that color. It's a little bit lighter. It is Pinot Noir-esque. I'm actually quite a fan of Bibic's Lasina as well. Let's give this a smell. 13% unfiltered. Cherry. Definitely get some cherry, some like Pinot Noir cherry. It doesn't smell like Pinot Noir, but the cherry that comes with Pinot Noir. What's distinct though from this for me is Pinot Noir has more usually forest, floor, earth flavors. This to me has Mediterranean herbs still, don't you think?
Are you asking me?
Yeah,
Asking
I'm
me?
asking you. What do you think?
I think the flavor profile is very similar to Pinot Noir. It's a little bit spicier than I would expect from Pinot Noir. But what is different is that the flavors are much more robust, and it doesn't have that linear type structure of a good Pinot Noir.
This is pretty good.
I think it's pretty good.
This vintage is really good.
Yeah. It tastes better than a lot of Croatian Pinot Noir.
This is...
Yeah.
This was 14 months, I believe, in used Slavonian oak. Like Shireen was saying, it has some Pinot Noir characteristics, has some spice. To me, it has more Mediterranean herb versus forest floor, so it makes it a little bit more distinctive. I would make it, say, more Grenache without the super high alcohol. But this is...
It has more like a menthol spice on the nose.
Not super tight structure, but
Yeah.
nice. I think I would give this in the 3.8 range out of 5. I think somewhere 3.7, 3.8. I think it's pretty darn exciting. It's so funny. Now I'm curious. I have the wine here. I didn't want to show it because I had already opened it. And this is their Cuvée. This is Plavina and Lasina. Now, Plavina is a grape that is related to the original Zinfandel. Around here, it's called Srdjanac Kastelanski Tribidrag, Kratošija Pribidrag. So it does have some higher alcohol. I'm just curious how this tastes. We tasted this last night.
It became quite oaky after a while.
Yeah, it's darker in color, as you can see. This is 2015. Cherry, a little bit of chocolate. Some smokiness. The wood's integrated well. I've had this open all day, so This is nice. Obviously a little bit bigger than the Lasina. Very simple, fruity, sour cherry. You get some chocolate from the wood. It's just nice. That's nice. Let's move on. I think I have this at about 3.6, 3.7 out of 5. I'm actually pretty shocked by this. I think this is very...
I really like it.
I know.
Yeah.
I think this is very, very good. Let's move on, shall we, to a new producer that's not even on the market yet. Dun, dun, dun. He actually reached out to us, and I'm glad we got a chance to taste, because one of his wines we already tasted was a Bordeaux blend I was quite impressed with. This is the Vineyardia Baraka Prisbus from 2013. Mostly Merlot with, I think, 45 Cabernet Sauvignon, about 12 to 14 months in. This was French oak, I believe. This was very impressive for a first effort.
And great label.
So yeah, great label. Sometimes with new producers, I'm a little bit scared how the wood integration is going to be. This was definitely oaky, but it was French oak. It was new oak. It was really, really quite nice. I had this at 3.9 out of 5. I thought it was quite good. Let's move on to one of his more traditional ones. This is his Mocira from 2012. This is a blend of Merlot and Plavina. So let's take a look. He does make a Cabernet Plavina, which I wasn't a big fan of because it was a little bit too overripe. He told me that the Merlot, the Cabernet Sauvignon, that actually ages in barriques, and the Plavina ages in stainless steel, and then he blends it afterwards. He also told me that this is a particular wine. This is not for everybody. So let's give this a taste. Now, once again, Plavina, related to Babic, Plavec Mali, the original Zinfandel. So it has some of those darker fruit flavors. Sometimes can be kind of baked. Definitely has the Mediterranean herbs. You were impressed.
It smells like a good Mexican wine. A ton of chocolate.
Whoa! So funny, I'm wearing a Mexican shirt. It reminds me of some of those Mexican wines, actually. Hold on.
Makes you want to have mole.
Oh, it's really ripe, dark soy sauce. It's quite savory. I'm getting a lot of black cherry, some Mediterranean herb. Anything else you're picking up?
Chocolate. And it's very cherry in the mouth.
Okay, let's give this it's dark. No shortage on color here. Let's give this a...
Tastes like Mexican wine.
Tannins are a little bit hard. This is the first time I've seen Merlot Cabernet Sauvignon blended with Plavina before. This isn't as overbaked as this Cabernet Plavina. This is nice. It's something that I think with a few more years of him working on this blend, it will get better. As of right now, it's rich in the mouth. The tannins are a little bit hard. It's a little bit salty, wouldn't you say?
I have to give him praises for creating such a specific wine, because this flavor profile is very different from any other wines on the market.
This is quite different from any Croatian wines on the market. I like this wine. I don't love it. I think I'm about 3.2 out of 5 on this wine. I think it's good wine. This is, I think, was his best effort by far. So, yeah, Plavina Lasina. There's not too many producers working with that grape. It's something worth checking out, especially if you're a wine geek. This, from what I've tasted, Lasina, whatever people call it, different things, definitely has a ton of potential. I'm really a big fan of this wine. So, Shireen, anything else you want to add on this?
No.
So check them out. Our book, Cracking Croatian Wine, a visitor-friendly guide, is out now. I will put the link in the description box so you guys can check it out. Guys, if you like this video, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Exotic Wine Travel. I will see you in the next episode.